Real
I'm not touching any man's lightsaber.
Why are you so afraid of another bad lightsaber?
I'm not touching that lightsaber, bro.
So you're saying if you had a lightsaber, I had a lightsaber, we couldn't sword fight?
Whoa,
you don't want to sword fight?
No, man.
What else do you do with a lightsaber?
Look, you look straight at
You got a sword fight. I mean,
listen, you look straight at you don't talk to anyone in the room, okay? That's what you do when you have
I think you are misunderstanding.
you might be conflating some different things.
The purpose of a lightsaber.
Yeah.
You don't have a lightsaber and not sword fight with it. You act like you've never sword fighting before.
Whoa, dude.
You know you.
How often have you sword fight?
Anyways, cool, man. Y'all go.
There'll be a lot of sword fighting going on.
Yeah. Hey, man. I'm saying, you're that guy sword fighting for you guys out there.
Welcome everybody, what's up? It's another episode of Off the Cuff. It's your boy D, your other boy JR, and guest starring your other boy, Davi.
What's up?
What's going on, sir?
Chilling, man. Happy to be back.
Other boy.
Because you were other boy, so he's the other boy.
The other boy.
Because I was the first boy. Because I'm the one doing the intro.
Doesn't matter. You don't need to be the one. How do you need to be one?
Because I am doing the intro. That is how it works.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it is. I'm the one who leads it off.
I know.
It sounds like an internal problem, isn't it?
I know it's other boy.
Who should be first? Put you on the spot right now. Who should be first? Say it.
He's family. It doesn't count.
It does count.
No, he's your blood brother.
I think that both of y'all should be together because
Don't give me no soft ass answer. Get out of here. No, you're done. Get out.
He's a mesh fan anyways. We're good.
Wait.
No, now you out of here. You get out too.
Now wait. What color is his shirt? What color is that?
Blue and red.
That looks orange.
It's red.
That is very orange.
That does look orange.
Comment below. What color is his shirt?
Why are you yelling?
I'm very passionate about this.
I didn't know we invited Samuel Jackson to the table. I'm sorry.
What color is your shirt?
Yeah, I mean,
This motherfucking color on this motherfucking shirt.
oh my god, it's great. Samuel Jackson's here for us, guys.
Yeah, man. On the slate today, we got some trailers coming up that we want to do some reacting to. So a bunch of new trailers dropped this week, and we haven't really gotten a chance to get at them. So now's as good a time as any.
Quick editor's note, guys. At the time of this recording, we had no idea that Sony was going to drop the Spider-Man trailer just 2 days later, so thanks for that, Sony. But not to worry, we will get to that on the next episode. Enjoy.
First up, we got Eternals, the second and final trailer, just dropped by Marvel. What's your initial impressions on Eternals? What do you have going through your mind on this movie?
I got nothing because I know nothing about the Eternals. So
That's about everybody.
yeah. I mean, I'm not familiar with the characters whatsoever.
Do you
I
know?
wonder how it plays with the Disney lore and with the Avengers and Marvel's day, because the Eternals are around during I don't know, Endgame or Infinity Wars. Where they at? So
That's a good question.
We could have helped out then, but nah.
You got a whole other freaking closet full of superpower people.
Chilling.
Shit was going down. What happened?
Y'all could be dying too, but just selfish.
Do you know anything about the Eternals?
I know just as much as JR over there knows, which is just about nothing. So
That makes three of us.
Yes.
So, without further ado, let's get into
Let's
this
see it. Let's see it.
trailer. I hope that sounds
No, that's porn. Don't put your porn up there.
Oh, my bad.
Thank you.
My bad.
5
Shit.
years ago, Thanos erased half of the population of the universe.
Oh, I'm talking about it.
But the people of this planet brought everyone back with a snap of a finger. Sudden return of the population provided the necessary energy for the emergence to begin.
Ooh. The emergence. How long do we have?
7 days.
Jon Snow.
That's King of the North.
No, not Jon Snow. Rob Stark.
Yeah.
We're Eternals. We came here 7,000 years ago to protect humans from the deviants.
Why didn't you guys help fight Thanos? Or any war, or all the other terrible things throughout history?
We were instructed not to interfere in any human conflicts unless deviants are involved.
By who?
We need to find the others.
So that answers that question.
I've seen some of them for centuries.
Hi.
This is what the end of the world looks like. Since we have front row seats.
You know what's never saved the planet? Your sarcasm.
We've loved these people since the day we arrived. When you love something, you protect it.
You can't protect. Any of them.
I bet you've built a perfect surface. Well, what's this even made of? Vibranium?
Fall collection. IKEA.
Damn.
Nice.
Rob Stock.
So, right away, they answer the question.
Actually, they answered my question. They will be answering my question, you mean?
Well, no, they just said, why didn't you help with Thanos? And they were like, we were instructed not to interfere in human affairs unless deviants were involved. And he was like, by who? And then they showed the big dude. Is that Galactus? Who's the big dude they showed?
Yeah, but they also claim they loved us, right? So if you're about to die and you love something, well, would you sacrifice yourself for the ones you love?
I think so.
Yeah, so we're going to get those questions answered, hopefully. Like I said by my original statement, they'll answer my questions throughout the movie.
Okay.
The trailer pretty good. Like I admit, it's pretty interesting story. From what I gather, trailers are very limited, but looks good. I feel like they're answering a lot of the questions anyone else would have throughout this movie, which is, why did y'all fucking help out? Where were you at? Like, dude, not one of y'all would have stepped in, so I feel like I'm definitely excited to watch this movie and see what Marvel has in store on this. Is this part of phase 6? What phase are we in?
No, we're still in phase 4.
Is it phase 4?
Yeah.
Is it
It's still in phase 4.
But didn't stage 4 include, end at Endgame?
Nah, phase 3.
That's phase 3. Mm-hmm. So then welcome home.
Phase 4 is just everything after Endgame, basically.
Yeah.
So
technically speaking, Spider-Man was the last phase 3 movie.
Oh, so Spider-Man is in phase 3.
Yeah.
Technically speaking. Why is it technically speaking, not officially?
I don't know. That's what I read.
I would sit there and say, technically speaking, the Endgame should be, but it is actually Spider-Man. That would be technically speaking.
Yeah.
But to sit there and say Spider-Man,
And this is Spider-Man 3 we're talking about?
No, 2.
Far from home.
Far from home.
Okay.
We can ruin the ending for people who haven't watched it yet if you want.
It's a spoiler alert.
Yeah, I guess it's a spoiler alert. It's not
for a movie that came out a few years ago.
Yeah. So, but I guess
at the risk of sounding stupid, who's the guy that kind of looks like Cyclops but is not? Is that Cyclops? That's like shooting lasers out of his eyes. Is that?
I'm pretty sure that's not Cyclops.
No, it's not Cyclops.
So why does he what's his deal?
Maybe his powers are to shoot beams of light through. When we watch the movie, we'll get more information.
I guess so. All right. I'm just looking at him like, oh snap, Cyclops in this movie.
Like you said, I'm not familiar with the Internals.
Yeah,
You got to figure at some point they have so many superheroes that some of the power sets kind of get
mixed up. We see it all the time in all these Disney and Marvel, and there's only so many powers someone can have, and then you're gonna have to sit there and figure out, okay, how can we make this different but the same? But it looks good. I'd sit there and watch it. Do we know if this is gonna be dropped on Disney Plus? Is this gonna be a movie theater release?
If they're following suit with what they're doing with Shang-Chi, then it's probably theater only.
Well, I thought Shang-Chi was theater only, but for the first 90 days, and then only dropped on.
Oh, I didn't know.
I heard some rumor like that. I could be mistaken. That Disney's doing some weird thing. They're gonna start with the theater release first, and then after a certain amount of days, release it on just Disney Plus, that premiere.
And is it going to be premiere access when they're
No, not premiere. Just
it's going to be straight up
after 90 days, and I guess when the theaters got the majority of their money, they released it to
right.
But I could be mistaken.
Scarlett's got to be sitting at home pissed.
I mean, listen, dude, Disney had a foul grinding game, and they try to play everyone involved. It's like, nah, like it made it seem like they were doing us a favor by giving us home releases when they're charging us extra money for it. And I'm like, bro, like if you're gonna sit there and not pay the actors, then make sure you at least give it back to the people. No, you keep it on both ends. Get the fuck out of here with that.
I mean, that's corporate talk right there.
Yeah, like don't throw us involved. Don't get us involved in that shit between y'all. If you hooked us up, we would have your back. But I already had Disney Plus, and y'all said no, you gotta pay extra $30 to go watch these movies from us. Meanwhile, if I go to HBO Max, man, you go home, you watch anything you want.
We got the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you got other people do this.
Yo, you want to see the new Space Jam? Yeah, go ahead, man.
LeBron, Kobe, it's all good. But Disney's like, no, we want more money. And we
don't have enough money.
We don't have enough money.
Clearly. And
since we never put this in anyone's contracts, we get to keep all of it to ourselves and not pay a dime to the actors who negotiate contracts for theater releases, which we're taking money from already. And the theaters are losing money too, so they get screwed. Sounds like the only person, only people at home was Disney on that one.
It's so weird to you almost feel bad for the theater corporations, to feel bad for a corporation.
You feel bad for them. I mean, because the thing is, at the end of the day, who loses out is us.
But on the flip side, 2 or 3 years ago, we were always complaining about them charging us $6 for a thing of popcorn.
But it was, and it's not the theater's fault. It's because of the fact they have to make their money back through other stuff.
How much they pay? That bucket of popcorn cost them a quarter.
Well, dinners were getting better. If you remember, they started doing better dinners, and you do like a dinner and movie type of deal.
Oh, so you get that $15 hot dog.
But no. If you actually had certain theaters are doing more real dinners where you can get good food.
Oh, like a legit menu, like Alamo.
Yeah, they had legit menus. They were starting to build it out because they realized that they couldn't survive charging $15 a head for dinner tickets.
Alamo was a dope concept too.
But if you got better food with a movie and a dinner and a nice little combo package, you pay for it. Wouldn't you not? Yeah. So
it's a more enticing offer for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of Disney Plus has a new series coming out. We showed so much love to Disney just now.
Yes.
Disney Plus has a new Star Wars series, a new collection called Visions. Have you heard of this?
From you, yeah.
but do you know anything of it?
No, the last Star Wars drop I heard was Batches. It was Batches.
Oh, the Bad Batch.
Bad Batch. Here we go.
Have you seen any of that?
I haven't seen any Bad Batch.
I haven't watched that at all either.
Yeah.
It's like Clone Wars, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
It looked like it, so I don't know.
I mean, Clone Wars is okay.
Clone Wars is pretty good. Yeah. But I haven't watched the whole thing though of Clone Wars.
But this is something else entirely. So let's check this out.
Long ago, a great warrior came to this village and entrusted our ancestors with this, his power and responsibility now lie with you. You've been guided by the Force since you were born. At last, the moment arrives. It's the first time I've confronted such darkness. Something ancient and sinister.
What the fuck is that?
We're going to be a proper family.
Yeah, this looks fire.
It is a bestial end.
Oh shit. Yeah, this looks dope. This looks dope.
I accept this responsibility.
So,
Wow.
that is dope.
You sure it's a Disney series? That doesn't feel anything like a Disney series whatsoever.
Are you
Who did all that imaging and?
So this is all a combination. It's an anthology. So like 7 different famous anime studios came together.
That makes sense.
They each did their own story, and it's in this collection. You familiar with I know you know the Matrix. You ever saw the Animatrix?
No,
It's something very similar. A bunch of different animation studios came together and made their own short stories, and it was in one collection.
Wow.
This is Star Wars Animatrix, but looks fucking better. Like, damn.
Well, because this is not a Disney, like Disney's name on this, and the only reason why it is because they have the rights to Star Wars. But this is these individual studios taking a story and expanding it through their eyes, which I love.
Right.
This is actually off a beaten path of like the normal Star Wars shit we're getting. Besides like The Mandalorian, which is pretty good, but like the other stories are getting kind of boring. This is like a whole new like energy, and it's like
This kind of looks like what Star Wars should have always been.
Well, I mean, because this feels like an anime. Star Wars,
right? It's a different world altogether,
it doesn't
but
feel like Star Wars at all.
It feels so good though.
Yeah, it's like Dragon Ball Z meets like a Sailor Moon and what else? Give me a good sword.
Samurai Champloo?
Yeah. I mean, it's a combination of like it just feels like a combination of different things, but it's a good combination where everyone's like it's a fusion where everyone has equal input and is working well with each other. At least through what we saw through these trailers.
But I don't think it's a collaboration of all the studios. It's each studio did their own short story.
Yeah, but each short story ties into one. I would assume.
I don't.
They don't stand alone.
Only. I don't know for sure. I assume they don't, only because Animatrix, the stories didn't tie together. They were all separate stories.
But the one common goal, this is about Star Wars. So
true. It's all
for me.
Star
They're going to be tying in together at the end of the day because it's still a Star Wars vessel. Through their own point of view, don't get me wrong, with their own story. But I feel like it's all going to tie together. I feel like at the end we're like, holy shit! I mean, they've done this so many times with other stuff. Like a lot of their their newer stuff has like this tie-in that always we end up seeing at the end. How? Why they want to do this? Whatever. It works.
I think it's very interesting that Star Wars seems to be taking new directions.
Oh yeah.
Like what they did with Mandalorian, it was a new way to tell a Star Wars story.
Well, I feel like they just get newer blood in because like with film industry and writers, I feel like it's like a one-track mind, so to speak.
Right.
Where
it's only a matter of time before you get a few.
Well, yeah, it's like
young kids
you got
get in there like, hey,
guy for someone to get an opportunity because they just recycle the same old people. And it's like, this old shit hasn't done anything, sorry to freeze my language, he hasn't done anything since his original, and yet he's still whipping off of that crap, but everything else he's done after that has been subpar. And you have these other young film stars, like, filmmakers who have great ideas who are getting that. Right now, these guys are starting to prove their worth, I feel like. And they're giving them better concepts. They're, like, old, and, like, they want to rekindle, but with a better perspective. Mm-hmm. And I think this is, like, on that same level. More like anime, because he always gives these studios, like, a good platform to show what they can do. Like, you're doing this on a Disney Plus vessel. Their name's on this. Like, these studios are going to get a lot of good business.
Yeah, they don't just hand out Star Wars rights to anybody.
Exactly. Right? Like, so, I mean, they had to really, I think, fight for get this type of opportunity.
All I want to know is homie that had the joint that opened up and it looked like a goddamn, like, parasol.
I don't know what that was.
Like,
but that was fire.
I need that shit. I need to know.
Yeah, you can work something like that, bro.
I'll just watch. You're
not man enough for that. Stay away. We'll give you like a lightsaber, like dagger, or maybe
a little switchblade.
Yeah, switchblade. That's nice.
We can't even give you a blaster.
Nice.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
That's nice. Like it'll be like this high. It won't be sharp though. It'll be like.
Like a box cutter.
Like flat head so you get hurt yourself.
First of all, lightsabers are sharp.
Yeah, and the thing is, you won't be able to hurt nobody.
How are you gonna dull a lightsaber?
Easy, no power, very low power.
So there's nothing there. It's not a saber.
No, it will like burn you, but it won't hurt nobody.
What the fuck is that? You give me a curling iron?
Yeah, basically that's what it is. Curling iron. I mean, you can get
like a light it. Just light it.
Nailed it. It's what you do with little kids.
You give me a really bright flashlight.
Of the fake cigarettes you would get when you were little kids when you want to be cool smoking.
Oh my god!
What's the fake lightsaber equivalent? Whatever that is.
Listen, when I get
Easy.
my fucking replica parasol lightsaber joint,
you might hurt yourself.
You ain't getting to play with it, so
I'm not touching that. Davi, that's all you.
I'll experiment.
There you go.
Yeah.
Real.
I'm not touching any man's lightsaber.
Why are you so afraid of another bad lightsaber?
I'm not touching that lightsaber, bro.
So you're saying if you had a lightsaber, I had a lightsaber, we couldn't sword fight?
Whoa,
you don't want to sword fight?
No, man.
What else do you do with a lightsaber?
Look, you look straight at
you got a sword fight. I mean,
listen, you look straight at it, you don't talk to anyone in the room, okay? That's what you do when you have a
I think you are misunderstanding.
You might be conflating some different things.
The purpose of a lightsaber. You don't have a lightsaber and not sword fight with it. You act like you've never sword fighting before.
Whoa, dude.
How often have you sword fought?
Anyways, New York City, before pandemic, they used to have a lightsaber thing in Washington Square Park.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Like what?
A lightsaber battle. Like they would meet at like a specified time when people would bring their lightsabers and they would do battle.
That's cool.
That's
dope.
I remember back in the day, Comic-Con, when there weren't a million people at the convention, they would have like floor sections kind of separated, and it was just a space for you to just like play fight with whatever weapons you had.
That's
so
dope.
People would just come and have fucking lightsaber fights, and like it wasn't terrible to watch.
I mean, you would probably have to act it out a bit too.
Well, yeah,
right?
I mean, you go in with the understanding, yeah.
Right, that everybody knows, like, you gotta act it out a little bit. It's role play.
You can't no sell it. Like,
well, I mean, like, some people make things who say, there's only that one dude, I'm gonna try whatever. You're like, bro, like, this is fake fighting, man. What are you trying to do? Like, there really is no winning if you think about it.
There was one time they had that space, and it was a dude with actual samurai swords, and they had the like bamboo target joints, and they were letting people just like boom, like take swipes to cut the bamboo.
Yeah.
It was funny just watching like the little kids just like take 2 or 3 hacks at it.
Yes, that just seems very dangerous, and it seems like someone made these.
This was a different world. It was a different.
I just
cannot do that now.
Little kids with a samurai sword, they cut through bamboo. What can go wrong with this? I don't know. Let's find out, Jim.
Like, sounds like a good idea to me. I feel
like we should live stream this. Just because I I just think what's gonna happen.
It was legit though. That shit happened.
Yeah, I bet so. Was legit.
I was there. I seen it.
Little Timmy now has only 5 fingers now.
Wait, you saw it? Like you were there?
I was there.
Oh,
I seen
His
it.
little sister, he was using the bad move was starting the bad move and took all his 5 fingers. You know.
Shout out to Comic Con. Kwame, you going to Comic Con?
Yeah. I want to Comic Con.
Where?
I bought
You going to Comic
I
Con?
bought tickets through you.
They don't know that. I was just trying to.
You say really like you saw some.
The people don't know that. The people don't know about
We
our big Comic Con.
were about to have an organic conversation about going to Comic Con and stuff.
Damn it, man.
Bro.
Wait, just call all that out. Hey, Kwame, you going to Comic Con?
No, I'm not going to Comic Con anymore.
Damn.
I'm selling my tickets.
What's the
Friday and Saturday, y'all won't buy my ticket.
You didn't hear that they were doing samurai stuff? You can cut bamboo and
Word.
All that stuff was happening. That's real.
Word.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Y'all go.
Be a lot of sword fighting going on.
Yeah. Hey, man. I'm saying, you hear that guy? Sword fighting for you guys out there. Sell my 2 tickets.
So let me pull the next one up. So the next one we got is this joint.
That was a really good trailer.
I feel like we should have seen
that was
the
a
last.
really good trailer. Like, I don't know if you
that
know
was.
it.
I think we undersold that trailer a lot.
Yeah.
Because that was really, really good.
That was really good.
Yeah, I wouldn't think we should even watch Venom now. Like, fuck Venom. Like, seriously. Like, I watched the first one was alright, you know, but I mean, you just watched. Did you not see what we just watched?
And do you want to just watch the Star Wars one again?
We just watch it again.
I mean, you know it's not gonna work. This whole Venom character, I'm so confused because is this supposed to be the whole Spider-Verse thing going on too as well?
This is in the Sonyverse.
Yeah, but does this
Will it eventually cross over?
It's eventually good. They're gonna do
but
it. I mean,
you've not seen Venom.
That doesn't matter. There could be multiple because we got multiple timelines and universes and all this shit. They can do
the multiverse, baby. We're out here.
Loki did some shit, so now we have 2
Loki fucked up everything.
Who's we? Who is we talking about?
Who's
we you talking about?
I don't know.
You said we.
We as in everyone.
We.
No.
Everyone.
Yeah. No.
We're all out here watching this. Like
hit play.
We are Venom.
We are Venom.
How you like that?
I hit play, man.
Another outstanding.
Oh, this is great. This is great. Oh yeah.
I like that. Carnage looks good.
Good job. Good job.
Where's the real that snacking on that gosh? I am a predator. You have got to get control of your aggression, or you will get hauled off into Area 51. Under my body, you live by my rules.
Wait, so are you?
You're both losers. Hey, Rod, I want to give you my story. People love serial killers.
Woody Harrelson?
Why me? It's mine. It's yours. And it's yours. It's mine. I have tasted blood before, and that is not it. All I ever wanted in this world is carnage. Crazy man. Very vengeful. You need to come out right now. I will make you eat everybody. Yes, you promise. Baby, you feel like home to me. Carnage going to be us? Yeah, man.
Oh man! Wow.
I did not realize Woody Harrelson was going to be Carnage.
Yeah, he was in the last one, though. Remember
Was
at
he?
the end?
No, I still haven't seen the first one.
You said you're talking about me. You were watching the trailer about part 2, about part 1 movie you haven't watched yet, bro.
I literally played it the other day and watched it.
Did you really?
Over here.
Oh my god.
And I was here?
I was here!
Was I conscious?
Yeah.
No.
Bro, you wanted to watch a trailer of Venom 2, but you didn't even watch Venom 1.
Dude, because it's Venom. I didn't get around to the first movie, but it's still Venom, and I know Carnage is in it, and Carnage is pretty much the best Spider-Man villain.
Movie. So, I mean, you don't know the concept of the first movie, so you're going to go into the concept of the second movie.
I'll get caught up before the second one comes out.
Well, not
To be
before-
fair,
Not before we
I haven't watched the first one either.
The trailer was alright.
Trailer was pretty dope.
I don't want to say dope, it was alright. Let's not go with dope. Dope is like a little bit going too far.
Now, let's not taint it, because had you not watched Star Wars Visions right before
It
it,
was alright.
Yes.
I actually like the first Venom trailer better than these trailers. First Venom trailer, I don't know, I got was pumped for.
the original. You mean for the first movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
the original. I remember being really pumped for it. Maybe because some of the soundtrack was also good too.
I don't know, Woody Harrelson. I mean, you got two great actors.
Honestly, I don't watch movies for great
Killing
actors
it.
anymore. Because
Woody Harrelson, Tom Hardy, just
yeah, but the first one was alright. But here's the thing: the first Venom was alright. It wasn't like great. I'd say there's some funny stuff because in the first Venom, you find out that the symbiote was basically a loser on his planet. He randomly came to this planet and found another loser, so they couldn't be losers together and just dominated one. That's what it was. Like that he ate people.
well. What I like about what they did, and I didn't see the full movie, but I've seen enough of it. I've seen enough of it. What I like is
Davi here. We're working with today.
I like the concept.
I haven't seen the
of,
full movie, but I know the gist. Okay.
Can I say what I say? Or
Yeah, no. I just love how you started that conversation up.
all right. Well, I like the take on the mental, like the view of Venom from a mental point, rather than like, oh, he's cool and he's Venom. It actually went into his mind. It's like, yo, he's actually kind of crazy because he has two people in him.
But yeah, I wouldn't say crazy though. Like he really has.
Well, no, he's not crazy, but I'm saying
hear voices.
the battle between two people in one body. I think that's a concept of Venom that is not necessarily like explored in most concepts of Venom.
Well, I mean,
so I think that was really cool that they did it. I think adding Woody Harrelson and putting Carnage in there is almost doubling down on that, and it's actually really cool to see and makes me want to rewatch the first one.
Well, you didn't really watch the first one. You watched parts.
I will rewatch it.
I mean, I guess you
and see the second one as well.
You watch parts of the ones that you watched, right?
Should we just like schedule like a Venom watch party and we'll watch,
the one was
watch
like,
the first one and we'll react to it? How about that?
React to the first one.
Yeah.
The movie wasn't great. Like, I mean, you watch it in the background while we were doing stuff. But, you know, like, the first one, like, I was like, all right, it's cool, it's funny. I mean, it was, I mean, I've watched worse superhero movies. It's not like Ben Affleck and Daredevil.
Oh, God.
You know, like, that was offensive.
that is a movie of
Why did they pronounce symbiote the way they did?
I don't know.
They were like symbiote.
I think that's how they do it on the film. I don't remember why.
Symbiote, right?
Symbiote. That's how it's pronounced.
And they were like, oh, symbiotes. I'm like, what?
But it was
what are
weird.
you saying? Like, this is weird.
The concept, like we were talking about, like on the first one, it was more about just understanding what the symbiote was and why they were here, why he was here in particular, and then it didn't. Like I said, most of us know about Venom through the Spider-Man, so you don't really get to hear the concepts of the ideas of what these symbiotes are. I know there's a comic about it, but I've never I guess read up on it yet. Mm-hmm. But it's supposed to be like a whole planet full of these symbiotes that control and can do this type of stuff. I mean, it's supposed to be a good concept, so I'm intrigued. But it seems like they're also including mutants in it too, right?
Yeah, because who's the girl that was like had the banshee stream?
Yeah, it was the girl with the banshee stream. So I'm assuming we're gonna get a little bit introduction of mutants, maybe. But Sony doesn't. But that's not a Sony vessel anymore. I thought that was Marvel.
Well, Venom is still under the Sony umbrella. Yeah.
Sony used to have X-Men, right?
No, that was Fox.
Fox had X-Men.
Yeah.
So who did the last X-Men movie they did with Dark Phoenix? That was a Fox vessel.
Yes.
That was still Fox. Yeah.
Technically, New Mutants. Did that ever come out? That came out, right?
Came out,
that was still Fox as well. I think that was the last one they did. Did you see New Mutants?
I watched it. Yeah. It was alright.
Yeah, it didn't look all that.
I thought the hype didn't live up to what the movie was, but that's a different story. That's a different episode altogether.
True.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see what they're gonna introduce. Because if Sony's introducing mutants, how's that gonna work? Because I thought that's Marvel now.
Well, I think because they're all playing nice now, Sony might have a little leeway with that.
Well, I mean, Marvel had to pay up for our boy, what you call it?
For Spidey?
For Spidey. So if I'm like, what's good for getting, homie?
That's
what you trying to do?
Yeah.
You know, what's in those pockets now? Run those pockets, man.
You toss me a million every time you say the word mutant.
Yeah. If I see a power.
If you write mutant, that's a big deal.
If I see a head, you know what I'm talking about.
If you show a DNA strand.
If I hear the word X out there, it's a wrap. It's a wrap over you guys.
Yeah, but the real question: Tom Hardy versus Topher Grace.
Topher Grace was Carnage, wasn't he?
No, he was
Spider-Man 3 Venom.
Spider-Man 3 Venom.
Oh yeah. I thought he was a Carnage because they introduced Carnage that one too, didn't they? At the end or no?
No, I don't think so.
That's just Venom, man.
No, it's Venom.
Get Topher Grace Venom.
Didn't they beat Venom with a church bell?
Yeah, because there's a whole sonic formations. That was the whole thing with the symbiotes and bells and sounds. That's how you beat them. Same thing in this one too as well.
That movie was disappointing.
Yeah, the whole series was. To be honest with you.
The first one was good.
The first one was good.
First Spider-Man? The OG first Spider-Man?
I wasn't a fan of it. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like for me, and I actually will say this. I was more of a fan of the second version of Spider-Man than the first one.
Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah. And the only reason why is because I believe that you cannot tell the Spider-Man story without introducing Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy is a very significant part of just the hero concept because you understand why they have secret identities. She was involved in Spider-Man's life until she died, and that's when Spider-Man decided to keep that life as part separate because he didn't want that happening again. So when you have that concept running in your mind, you understand why he always has secret identity and doesn't tell anyone anymore. Because for him to get involved in his life, it may cost him there, so he can't deal with that again. So when they introduced Gwen Stacy in that Amazing Spider-Man, I was like, dude, I'm so happy because you need to know that story first before you can tell why he does everything with Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Right?
And most stories focus on Mary Jane.
Yeah, and she's a more popular character, but there's a reason why he leads to this balancing act in his life because he understands that Mary Jane, he doesn't want nothing to have Mary Jane. Like he doesn't want anything to have with his family. So as you saw in Spider-Man, when Gwen Stacy found out who he was, she was all involved in everything, and then she ended up dying again. Spoiler alert, but But to me, I was like, the movies still weren't great, but I love the idea of starting from there and then moving on because that's a significant part of the story that people don't forget about nowadays.
Right, for sure. That's a messed up way to go too.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't really. It's interesting because they're doing a new Spider-Man and they're bringing back Shocker. I think it's going to be Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, he's coming back with a
So it's like, hold on. Are we trashing everything about these movies, or is this just a new version? I'm interested to see how they play off these new.
I think what it's going to be is that all the other movies exist and they're just all alternate timelines. And
maybe that's what we're assuming. But let's see what they give us. Maybe they switch it up on us.
I think it's confirmed at this point that all three Spidey actors are there for filming.
For filming, but we don't know how they're going to represent them.
Right. Right.
They said the actors are. Did they say they all play Spider-Man?
No, they didn't.
No one said that. We assume they're playing Spider-Man.
Yeah, you can't assume anything because you never know.
Maybe one of them ends up being playing a Venom. I don't know. Or
you could wind up with another Quicksilver on you.
Yeah, I guess. Oh God, let's not do that.
But there's a cool concept to us, a cool way to bring everything together. It's like, hey, there's a multiverse.
Well,
all those movies were true.
Which is interesting though, because like DC had already done it before. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys watched The Flash, but in 2 seasons ago, The Flash did a multiverse like crossover where he introduced Ezra Miller as the Flash as well, with the Flash on the show. So they had that little crossover already, showing a different version of the same character. And, I mean, I know they started to do it, but you know what? Well, that's my point. But with this whole multiverse thing, I mean, I feel like you also are going to lose a lot of the stories you've already built as well. You know, like it does allow for a lot more confusion. And people do forget. Like, I mean, if you keep up with it, great. But if you don't, it can lend to being like, well, I thought this was this, I thought this was that. And, you know, you kind of want, because I like consistency as well with some of this stuff. Like, I like offshoots, but I don't want everything to be an offshoot. I still want one center story to follow.
Yeah, one sacred timeline.
Yeah. One to stay on, you want to do a tangent here, a tangent there, it's fine, but now we can have a tangent. Let's just keep it at that. Let's just keep it as a unique thing and keep one just consistent.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Part 2 of this extra long episode is coming soon. Stay tuned for that. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Tell everybody. Come and join the crew. Later. Catch you on the next one.